Imagine a world without TikTok. Do you think you would spend more time away from using your phone? Or do you think you would simply spend the time you would have used on TikTok on an alternative app, like YouTube or Instagram? Recently, my brother and I have joined a movement of people ditching TikTok. Not just because he and I noticed a rise in anti Semitic and propagandic content, but also due to its undeniably addictive video format. While TikTok can be used to share ideas and inspire others, TikTok does affect us negatively. Some examples of TikTok affecting us negatively include that TikTok is a very addictive app. TikTok exacerbates mental illness, and that it shares your data more than any other social media app. Firstly, TikTok is noticeably addictive. According to Brown School of Public Health, recent reports have revealed that users spend an average of 46 minutes per day on the app TikTok and open it 8 times daily. They may watch upwards of 180 videos per day on average. However, according to Gallup, this seems to be worse for younger people. Teens report spending an average of 1.5 hours per day on TikTok. According to the National Center for Biotechnology Information, TikTok is the most addictive app as compared to other social media platforms. From Statista.com, according to a survey conducted in the United States in 2022, 22% of teenagers spent up to 15 minutes per day on social media app TikTok, while a further 22% reportedly spent between 2 and 3 hours on the video-based app. Overall, 8% of teens in the United States spent more than 5 hours on TikTok every day. This graph from Gallup shows that TikTok has the most hours spent on it by women compared to other social medias. While YouTube has notably a higher amount of time spent on it per day in men and all teens, I wish to stress that TikTok specializes in short form video content, delivering quick videos that encourage frequent, short bursts of consumption. This contrasts with YouTube's focus on long form content, which often requires a longer attention span and a commitment to watch. Secondly, TikTok exacerbates mental illness. According to Anne Marie Albano from the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance, PhD and director of the Columbia University Clinic for Anxiety and Related Disorders, there are youth, especially those with social anxiety or depression, who may have a tendency to spend more time online and reduce their real face-to-face contact with other folks. She continues, when an individual is not engaging in the world in a healthy way, interacting with others, managing themselves in challenging situations, speaking up in class, dealing with conflict with peers, this can exacerbate their feelings of alienation, hopelessness, isolation, anxiety, and depression. According to Hello Doctor, TikTok effects on mental health are especially relevant to teenagers since experts associate this life stage with a greater risk for the onset of mental health disorders. A widespread use of social media may be influencing higher rates of mental health concerns. These issues include body image problems, eating disorders, and depression. Lastly, TikTok shares your data more than any other social media app, according to CNBC. Also from CNBC, 13% of the 14 network contacts on the popular social media app, TikTok, were from third parties. The third party tracking still happened even when users didn't opt in to allow tracking in the app settings. According to ABC News, a report claims that TikTok has your data even if you've never even used the app. From ABC News, the report from the cybersecurity company Ferret said the app still has your data even if you've never used TikTok. And it's collecting and transferring that data whether or not the app is deleted, according to the report. To conclude, because TikTok is very addictive, exacerbates mental illness, and shares your data more than any other social media app, we should encourage people to delete the app and support legislation calling for a ban on it. This infographic I made displays some of the disadvantages of life with TikTok and the advantages of life without TikTok. I understand that many of the issues TikTok has been criticized for could be applied to other apps and companies. However, just because a sin is commonplace in modern day, that doesn't justify the sin away from absolution. I believe all social media apps should be heavily regulated to ensure the safety of its users and to ensure adequate privacy policies are accepted to not overstep the bounds for which users agree to have their information stored or sold. For our own well-being and safety, we should discourage the use of TikTok and call for a ban on it. Let's contact our congressman and let him know about our worries regarding TikTok, so that legislation can be passed to prevent it from harming anyone else. I encourage all of us to delete TikTok. Thank you for watching.